Streaming media players continue to grow in popularity, and by now you've probably heard about Roku. Roku has been a real success in the streaming game, thanks in part to its really easy to use interface, its simplicity overall, and the fact that it's pretty much entirely bug-free. I'm Erin from TechGadgetsCanada.com, and Roku's newest device is called the Roku Streaming Stick Plus. We're going to take a look at what sets it apart from some of the other Roku devices, how it compares to some of the other large streaming gadgets, and how it works and whether or not it might be a good choice for you.
Inside the box, the Roku unit comes with all your basic streaming needs. The Streaming Stick Plus with an HDMI connector, and it's about the size of a thumb drive. There's a USB power cable and a remote control. Setting up the Streaming Stick Plus was pretty straightforward. Just plug the stick into the HDMI port on your TV or receiver, then connect the USB power cord into the USB outlet. Like previous versions of Roku, once you're powered up, the welcome screen will pop up with simple, easy, step-by-step instructions to guide you through the rest of the setup.
So what makes the Streaming Stick Plus different? Well, if you had the original Streaming Stick, you'll know that was made for HD viewing. The Streaming Stick Plus, by comparison, is meant for 4K viewing, and 4K is also known as ultra high definition. You're going to see a clearer, crisper, sharper, and much more detailed image with 4K, and you're going to get a lot more realism in the video picture. That's thanks to the addition of many, many more pixels. 4K video is about 4 times improved over HD video, so you're definitely going to notice a difference.
Of course, to get that 4K video, you'll also need content shot in 4K and a 4K TV to watch it on. Yes, it'll work on an HD TV, but in that case, it's kind of like bringing a gun to a stick fight. Overkill. If you don't have a 4K TV, Roku has other options for you that cost less too.
Roku tells me the wireless receiver built into the Streaming Stick Plus has also been improved. You're going to get about 4 times the range and a much stronger signal.
Also new, the remote now has a power button. It's also got a voice control button so you can search for titles, actors, and more just by asking. If you're familiar with Roku, the homepage and menus are almost exactly the same as previous versions. And if you're new to it, you'll find the menu very intuitive and simple to navigate. All the channels have nice large icons, and the remote has simple to use buttons that you can't really mess up.
People often ask how something like the Roku Streaming Stick Plus compares to other gadgets like Apple TV or Google Chromecast. And I have to say there's a reason that all 3 of these players are still so strong in the streaming TV market, and that's because they each have their advantages. Like I said in the beginning, Roku is simple to use, it's an easy to use interface, and it's almost entirely bug-free while still giving you access to a lot of the same streaming content you can get on those other devices. Apple TV, by comparison, is pretty expensive. Google Chromecast is a little less expensive, but it doesn't have nearly the functionality of the Streaming Stick Plus.
Google Chromecast operates completely differently, and you need a smartphone to use it. So should you buy a Roku Streaming Stick Plus over something like an Apple TV or the Chromecast? It's a tough question to answer. It's like comparing PC to Mac. Everyone has their preference, and it's common for devout consumers to stick with what they know.
As a tech blogger, it's probably no surprise I actually own all 3 of these devices. Now, the truth is, I sincerely like them each for different reasons.
Possibly the biggest selling point for the Roku Streaming Stick Plus is the price. At only about $79 Canadian compared to the base model Apple at about $229, it's a pretty easy choice. Of course, Chromecast is only about $45, but it doesn't have nearly the functionality as the Roku or the Apple TV, as I mentioned.
If you're looking for a solid, no-nonsense home streaming device with 4K capabilities for your new 4K TV, this will definitely not disappoint. If you want to read more about the Roku Streaming Stick Plus, there's a full blog online at TechGadgetsCanada.com. You can head over there and check that out, post any questions you have either on the blog or, of course, here on the YouTube channel. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing, since it does help me keep making more videos that I hope you all can watch and enjoy. I'm Erin. Catch me on Twitter or Instagram until the next time. You can find me at ErinLYYC.